This is figure 3-85 on page 90 of the mechanical drawing textbook. We're going to draw what's called an angle bracket. And my strategy for this, and I recommend you do the same, I'm going to draw two rectangles. One's going to be 2.25 inches high by 7.125 inches long, and the other one's going to be 2.25 inches wide by 4.438 inches high. And then as they overlap, I'm going to have two lines coming across here that I'm going to have to trim away. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line on the midpoints of this horizontal line to find my center point of this circle. And I'm going to do the same thing over here from the left to find my center point of this circle and this circle. Then I'll simply have to center the drawing and update my title block, and I'll be done. So let's go do that. I'm going to make a rectangle tool, and again my dimensions were 2.25 by 7.125. So I'm going to type in at 7.125 comma 2.25 and make a rectangle. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make another rectangle, and I am going to snap it to the upper right hand corner of my previous rectangle, and I'm going to work down and to my left, so both my x and y values are going to be negative. And again, that was 2.25 inches by 4.438. So at negative 2.25 comma negative 4.438. And now I can use my trim tool. When you're using the trim tool, click once to activate it, and now in the black space area I want you to right mouse click once, and that will allow you to just simply click on the object that you want to disappear with the left mouse button. And now I've got my angle bracket made. I just have to go and press the escape key to get out of that command. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to draw lines to locate the center point of my circles. I'm going to start with the one down here, and I know by studying this figure that I can add 2.313 and 1.125, add those together, subtract it from 4.438, and I'll get this distance right here, which is the distance I need to locate the center of this circle. If you do the math, you'll find out that that distance is going to be 1 inch. So I'm going to come and I'm going to make a line here, and I'm going to click on my midpoint of that line, and I'm going to click at 0, 1 and press enter twice, and you'll see that I've created my line. Now I can come and make this circle, which has a diameter of 0.625, and I can snap the center point of that circle right on top of the end point of this line. So I click my circle tool, I come over, I find my yellow box which locates the end point of that line. I'm going to click to specify the center of my circle. And now when you create a circle, AutoCAD is automatically going to default to the radius of the circle. So I want to enter a diameter, so I can either come down here to my command line, type in D for diameter in the command line, or I can right mouse click and select diameter on my menu. And now I just simply type in 0.625 for my diameter, and I have my circle made. I'm going to go back. I don't need that line, so I delete it to get rid of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that same. I'm going to create a line. I'm going to use the same procedure, find my midpoint of this line, and I'm going to click off to the right. And I know, again, let's see, 7.125 minus 3.2 minus 2.437 will give me the distance from here to here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start up my calculator, and I'm going to type in 7.125 minus 3.2 minus 2.437, and I get 1.488. So the distance from this line to that corner is 1.488 inches. So I go back to my drawing and I select at 1.488, comma 0 to get that line. And now I can come back and I can snap my other circle to the end point of this line. So it's 625. I right mouse click to select D for diameter. And I type in 0.625. Now my last one, I know that my distance from this center point of this circle to that center point of that circle is 3.2 inches. So this is easy. I go ahead and create another line. And I type in at 3.2, comma 0. And I get my second line. And I can snap my third and final circle to the end there. Right mouse click to select diameter. And 0.625. There we go. Now I go back and I delete those two lines. And now I simply use my polyline tool. I'm going to go ahead and center it. You all should know how to center by now. I use my move tool. I click it and I'm going to window my object. And of course, I'm going to find my midpoint of this object and snap it to that midpoint. I'm going to delete everything. Now all I have to do is description. I change my description to read angle bracket. I can change my date to read today's date, 1=1 scale, and I simply save it as my first initial last name 3-86.